My first Vlogmas sock is done, and it's time to Kitchener this toe closed. You're going to want to trim off your working yarn to a sizable length and get a tapestry needle and thread it onto the tapestry needle. I've been knitting for over 10 years now and trying to do the Kitchener all this time, and I only mastered it earlier this year. I happened to watch a tutorial, at least the 5th tutorial I tried, when it finally clicked, so I thought I'd include this video, so maybe this will be the moment it clicks for you too. Once you're going to have a front needle and a back needle, you're going to begin working with the front needle. You begin by inserting your tapestry needle into the front as if to knit, then slide off the stitch. Insert into the following stitch as if to purl, but leave the stitch on the needle. Now on the back needle, you insert as if to purl and slip off the stitch, and then insert as if to knit and leave on the stitch. You do this repeatedly all the way across the toe of the sock, working off each stitch one by one, moving from the front needle to the back needle and back again until you get to the final 2 stitches. While I'm working in my head, I'll say to myself, knit off, purl, purl off, knit, knit off, purl, purl off, knit, knit off, purl, all along, working very hard to keep the working yarn under the needles. This was my big hang up over all the times I've tried before, so I did not catch that the working yarn needs to stay under the needles, because if you leave it on top, it makes these weird crisscrossy things that are not cute. So you keep the working yarn underneath the needles and give little tugs as you go along. Oh no! That was very stressful in the moment, and it actually freaked me out again right there. But I was able to quickly pick it up and put it right back on, and all is well, and we can get back to it now. So we knit off, purl, purl off, knit, giving little tugs, keeping the working yarn underneath the 2 needles, making our way along, knit off, purl, and then purl off, knit. Now you can see here that I cut my tail yarn a little too short, and it's starting to become difficult. It keeps trying to pop on top of the needles, and that's not what we want. That will not give us the effect that we want. So make sure you're generous with your tail yarn that you cut, that you'll be sewing with. Almost done. Knit off, purl, purl off, knit. Doggone little tail. As we reach the last 2 stitches, we keep working. I'm sorry, I keep sniffing, and that's probably not cute in the video. We work our way right up to the last ones, you'll see just now. Maybe I should get a manicure before I do a video like this again. I really don't need it, but it sure sounds like a fun excuse. Okay, so here we are. The final stitches. We're going to knit off and purl just like normal. And then purl off, knit. And these final two stitches have yarn pulled through them. They've been caught by the working yarn. So we just pull the needles right out. And this avoids any funny little rabbit ears. It makes it nice and smooth. And oh my gosh, give it a little tug. Doesn't that look so nice? I love giving it that final tug and just seeing all the Kitchener stitches fall in line. It makes my heart so happy. At this point, I just stick the needle through and I'll turn the sock inside out and weave in my ends real quick. Alright, you may remember at the beginning I said that this was the first of my Vlogmas socks, meaning I need to knit this second sock to form this pair. Normally I do 2 at a time knitting, and I do much prefer that, but if one must knit one sock after the other, I highly recommend the moment you finish with your toe, immediately casting on your second sock. I find that it helps eliminate second sock syndrome. If I try to wait till the next day to start working on it, I procrastinate and I get bored and I don't feel like casting on. If I'm going to be casting on, I want to be casting on my next project, you know? So I find if I cast on immediately after I knit the toe, even if I don't do anything else, when I approach it the next day, I think, oh, it's time to do my second sock. Oh, yes, and it's already cast on. It's ready to go. So I highly recommend following that. I don't want to say rule, but strong advice. Once you finish the first toe, cast on the second sock right away.